Hello, everyone, and welcome to our February Keep Athens-Clarke County Beautiful Board meeting. Thank you all for joining today, and hope we've got a new fellow in the room, Adam. So we are going to go around just quickly introduce ourselves and welcome Adam. So I'm Jackie Sherry. I am the chair of Keep Athens-Clarke County Beautiful, and I work with Athens-Clarke County in the Water Conservation Office.
Joe Hill, I work for Pony State Bank and I'm the treasurer of the board, been on for 5 years.
Wow.
I'm Ezra. I'm the volunteer coordinator at the Council on Aging, and it's my first year on the board.
I'm Brian Santos. I work for the Tampa Gardens. I've been on the board for 3-4 years.
I'm Courtney Metters. I work remotely at a marketing agency, and this is my first time.
I'm Carlos Quintos. I'm with Keep Athens-Clarke County. I've been with KCCP for close to 5 years.
Hi, I'm Alice Roy from Fisher. I'm doing this liaison since board on well, love it.
I'll go real quick. I appreciate that. Adam, first year MBA, University of Georgia. I'm active duty Coast Guard. Been an officer for 10 years now, and I'll leave in 25 back in uniform for 8 years and get out as soon as I can.
You already know me. I'm Nathan, and I honestly don't even know how long I've been on the board. COVID happened, so it just feels like I've been on the board since it was before COVID, and I'm still on the board. And yeah, whatever.
Yeah. I'm Ladarius Shantz. I am a local business owner and the resident DJ here. And so yeah, my third year on the board, love serving. So
I am Michelle Pelcherborn. I work for Synovus, which is where we're at. And I've been on the board just for 6 months. Yeah.
My name is Stacy Farrell. I'm the director of Keep Athens-Clarke County Beautiful. And I've been doing it for 21 years. Yeah.
I don't have to follow that. I'm Teresa Banger, and I am, this is my second time on the board. Did a 6-year term and then went to school and had a baby, and then went back to school and had a baby, and now back for more. And am the principal at St. Joseph Catholic School. That was by day.
Preschool teacher.
Yeah,
I am Stacy Smith. I work for Keep Athens-Clarke County Beautiful as program coordinator. I have worked there for 12 years now, and I was on the board before I started working there. So I've been coming to these meetings for like 15 years. It's true. All right. Well, we'll move along to approval of January minutes. I sent those out in the email last week for those who actually got the email last week.
Have to take minutes.
Oh, Teresa would have to take minutes.
Of course, that's my job. Right?
Thank you.
Sorry.
Is there a motion to approve the January minutes?
Yeah.
Thank you, Nathan. And a second? Michelle?
Been a while.
All right, all approved? Any opposed? All right, approval of minutes done. Treasurer's report, Deb.
Alright. January. Just the time, it was the worst of times. We have some general contributions, some compost bin sales, membership, I believe. Grand total of $1,044.75 coming in. Going out was some Love Where You Live grant, some green school expenses. General expense, I'm trying to remember exactly what that was, but it's total expenditures out, 1,067. So it's basically a break even month for us. With net revenue of negative $20.57. So any month that we're negative, the newest person on the board has to make the.
Yeah, I know what you're gonna say, but.
That's awesome. And then, in terms of what we have in the bank, we've got, $7,600 in checking, money market 25.7, and we have a CD out there $25,490 for a total of $58,862.58. You want?
So the 3111 is Green Life, that's a registration for the Green Life.
Okay.
meetings. And then 385 is chamber.
Yeah, that's a chamber renewal. Yeah.
That was actually for me.
Well, yeah, I didn't know if that was, I would made a guess on that one, and I
She
did.
like took him to task, challenged him.
Mhm.
I was challenged.
With the 11 cents, that was
Yeah.
challenging.
Well, it's to
PayPal.
make sure that we didn't pay a PayPal fee, so.
Mhm, right.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Jackie.
All right, anything else? The treasurer's report?
That's it. Okay.
Okay, we have a motion to approve the treasurer's report.
Motion to approve.
There he is, second, Ezra, all in favor? Any opposed? It is approved. Moving right along, Stacy.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. First I want to just say thank you so much to everyone on this board for the support for me and my family during a super challenging time. You guys were so kind and generous and the gift card went to a lot of coffee. That's all I did was drink coffee. So thank you so, so much. And my son is doing well back home and still has things, but no longer in ICU and back at it. Trying to get back to life. So also be patient with me for that very reason.
Well, you know that you've got a whole group of folks in here who can step up and
And you
take on
did.
some more things. If we need to do more, continue, just because you're home, I know it is not all the way back to normal, so please continue to call on us and put us to work, that's what
We
we're
can work
here
coffee.
for.
You can get us
And more
more
coffee.
Thank
Or
you.
drinks if
And
we need
Stacy
to.
and Carlos and everyone in this room, I know you already did go above and beyond and really I was just sharing with Michelle how I had to really shut every aspect of work off, to be there. So thank you so much. But I'm back and so please be patient with me. As Stacy is, because I feel like I ask her 9,000 questions every day because I'm just trying to get myself back up to speed, but anyway, so thank you. Let's see. Nominations for the Keeping It Clean Citizen of the Year. It is online. Please, if you know someone in your neighborhood, someone in your workplace that is just one of those folks that goes above and beyond, please nominate them. We like to celebrate the people in our community that give back to our community. And that's really kind of what this does, is it recognizes people that are just doing things not for the acknowledgement, but just to be a good community member. So please think about that. As chamber renewal, that's where that 385 is. I did want everybody to know because we always talk about how we're gonna be so active with the chamber. Joe and Allison, we're always talking about how we're gonna go to certain things. And so we really do need to do good this year. So I don't know if there's some things coming up that we might wanna,
I'll look at the calendar.
will you look at the chamber calendar and see?
There is a chamber. Ooh, that may be this week.
Maybe it was this week. There is the Game Changer Luncheon where somebody in this room is getting recognized on February 22nd at 11:30, and that is at Epting's place.
I'll be there.
So that is an opportunity for us all to be there, and represent, and I would appreciate.
Can you say that one more time?
Say it one more time?
Yeah.
February 22nd, it
Okay.
should be at 11:30. It's the Game Changer Luncheon, sponsored by the chamber.
And the
And
top 10 under 40 in the community.
yes, I am.
Congratulations. That's
No, but with that, I know the chamber would love a good turnout, and like I said, any support.
So you do have to register for that.
Do you have to register?
$45 luncheon.
Yep, that's correct.
Unless we want to sponsor a table or something.
Oh.
It
don't know
is
if you can.
cheaper to sponsor a table, I wanna say that, or there's like half a table too, you can get like 4 tickets, and that was cheaper, so. So,
We should talk about that. Okay. That's the
I know
22nd.
I will be there. You say,
Yeah, I've already done that, with Tiffany Taylor's also in her class. Game changers.
Oh, nice. Oh, great. Well, I'm gonna look it up. Thank you and congratulations. Yeah. Miscellaneous donations. Okay, so we got a check, for $40 from the Black Bond Giving Fund, PWC. The Black Bond Giving Fund. Anyone? Anyone know who that is? Are you, anybody associated? I'm gonna kind of pass this around because in the office, it's nice, we like to send out thank you letters, and acknowledge, and this one's a tough one, we don't know where it came from. I'm gonna pass it around to see, did you know?
I was gonna say, I don't know exactly who, but I have seen from the Black Bond Giving Fund where it is actually more kind of like the Athens Area Community Foundation. It is an overall foundation, and then from there, they'll distribute checks on behalf of people. I say that from the banking perspective. In the past, if there wasn't a name on it, then we would have to go and call them to figure out whom exactly.
Okay. Well, as I'm reading this more, I'm seeing in the fine print, does PricewaterhouseCoopers LLP ring a bell for anybody? Okay, so we'll just pass that around. Also, I wanted to just kind of pass this around throughout the meeting for folks to see. We got a letter from the Bigger Vision thanking us for the Love Where You Live grant. And I just think it's nice, I want kind of for you guys to see the impact that it's making for some of these organizations, the Love Where You Live grants. Not only the grants that we give to schools and the green school programs, but these ones that we give to private or nonprofit organizations that are really just trying to, improve their outdoor environment, and help our community look and feel good. So I'm gonna pass this around just so that you guys can see the kind of letters we get. Yeah. What else? Let's see. That's kind of it for updates, I think. For my part, we did sell some compost bins. We have had some general donations at $40. We had, like we said, we are the pass-through for Green Life. And so, as well as like for Rivers Alive. So oftentimes you see that money come in and then it kind of goes out for things that we're not necessarily, this board is necessarily doing. It's kind of some of our partners. So that is going on right now. You'll see more money coming in through the Green Life project. And then we did get a very big fat check from Planet Green, from the inkjet recycling, almost $1,000. And so that money that comes from our inkjet recycling program. The Charm helps Stacy collect and package these up and send them off. I would say, do we get a check like quarterly maybe? It's like,
This is for, well, it takes a while for the boxes, they collect them in bins, and it takes a while for them to package them up into boxes, and then it takes me a little bit to get them labeled and taken to the post office, so. There's a little bit of lag on how long they
Yeah.
collect them, and then, so.
around quarterly, like 3 or 4 times a year, we get kind of a fat check, which is great. So, this one was big. This one was good looking.
It was a lot of boxes, I felt bad for them.
Yes.
They take ink ribbon,
Do they take what?
ink ribbon,
Pink ribbon.
From a typewriter?
ink ribbon.
Ink
The-
ribbon.
Yeah, like for like a printer.
Wait, I would. Well,
You
you're
mean
gonna
like a
know better than
larger
I know.
print?
Yeah, it's like
A
a.
laser
it's
jet?
like a-
No, they don't.
They don't?
They won't take ours anymore, like the big long, the ones you get to shake before you put in.
They take the laser jet, they don't take the toner, the cartridge that's the toner.
Oh, what?
They won't take that.
It's like a ribbon. It's like it rolls, it's like it comes in rolls, but.
Bring me
like-
one,
Like, yeah, like.
bring me one so I can see. But possibly.
She wants to solve the problem.
Machine is this?
It's for like photo. For like, it's for photo printers, so I do a lot of like photo booths for my thing, so. Yeah.
That hills.
Or maybe Charmwood even.
Powder.
Bring us one.
Yeah,
let
bring
us
it.
figure
I feel like I've never seen one.
Okay.
Have you? I'm not sure that I've ever seen one of, we're, right, so.
Sometimes the companies you get it from too will have like a recycling program if you're child.
All right, and then you can see the expenditures we do every year, kind of spend some money on those volunteers for Bring One for the Chipper. There was a Green School, teacher focused group event, and we spent some money on, the chamber membership. And then we did have the 2 Love Where You Live grants. And I think, don't we have another one too that's not reflected here, Stacey, or is it just these 2?
These are the last.
These are the last 2, okay.
Sirius is the most recent.
Yeah, okay. And so, aside from that, this is the time of year we start to look at kind of some of our inventory. And we did notice that there was some, we're running low on the Seriously Y'all Still Litter signs. And so in the past, this board purchased those. We do sell them for $5, but we also have given them away as well because we'll take the donation of $5, but if somebody really wants to put one in their yard, we also often give them to them as well. So, but we are running low. So the ask here is, we don't have a ton of space, so we were talking about just getting 20 more. And I think, Stacey, that's a breakdown, right?
Yeah, so the price is the 20 and then there are, so you, I knew someone asked, what's the price for it?
Yeah, that's right. And my thought is like 20 sounded like a good number, but if somebody else in here feels like we should get more.
Is it the kind of thing where if you buy 25, they're cheaper or something? I mean,
Well, I think, what's the next price point?
Yeah,
It's,
50.
50. Yeah.
50?
50, 50 is like $1 cheaper. Or more than $1
I feel like
cheaper.
they'd be that much bigger.
50 might not be that much bigger, yeah, so I mean,
Storage unit, if you to store some for water and all this.
If I get you.
Yeah. Yeah, much that, stuff, yeah.
yeah, right?
that's a commitment.
It's like we can all do it, man. And it's.
Do we need a motion to?
Yeah,
spend the money?
so we do need a motion to spend the money, but I guess we need to discuss whether or not we want to get 20 or 50. Well, I think we have to advocate, like, we have to kind of push them, you know, although the last woman that called, Carla, was it, didn't
She wanted 10.
10, yeah.
Would they be here before our March event? Because we could sell some then and maybe that could offload some of the 50.
I think if we did it quickly, they'd probably be here, right? Because it's just a reorder.
Where do you order the?
Signs on the chip.
Signs on the sheet.
Yes, for stuff like that too.
All right, so 20 or
I'll
50.
make a motion to approve up to $300 to spend on Love Where You, or whatever. Yeah, seriously, y'all still litter signs. Yay. 25 and pay
25.
double.
There you go.
Sure, 325.
I'll second that motion.
Do I need to reword it?
No.
Okay.
Um,
And that is a
All in
great idea to bring them to the event, so.
all in-
Contributed, guys. To the team.
Right.
All right. And that really is it for updates from me. We can get on to more important stuff.
Who seconded that? Did I miss it? Sorry, I was laughing at myself. Joe?
did.
Got it. Treasurer, we're approved.
Okay, Jackie, take it away.
Right, move on to our committee reports. In our January meeting, instead of reports, we decided to break up into our committees and get some work done, discuss some things. So I'd love to hear what was discussed at that meeting and what y'all have discussed since then as well. So we can kick it off with business and industry. And that committee is Nathan, Michelle, Jameson, James. I'm guessing Adam, you'll be a part of that committee, and Joe is in that committee as well. Anyone else in that committee that we missed? Okay. Y'all have an update?
Yes, so we did get some good ideas down on paper at the last meeting. So I like that format, by the way. That's breaking off into actual things. Even right now, what we could right now. when I'm going.
Well, we might have time. We'll see what, can we wrap things up?
Yes, we can always have an unofficial meeting afterwards. And I actually had an unofficial, board meeting with just our two MBA board fellows and just kind of, for what the expectations were for this year. And excited to have them on board too, for actually like getting some of the, starting with beautiful business of the month, first thing I'm delegating. And then growing from there, but also just knowing that we have two, good business minds as we continue to do like chamber networking, all these different things. And thinking outside the box. So, we did get out a beautiful business of the month poll. Where we had, I think, 3 nominations last year. And then we had a couple others that people recommended from the board, so we had 5 tallies in there. Which one do you all want first? Beautiful business of the year, or beautiful business of the month? I mean, I'm going in order, but which one?
Here,
You wanna go?
here, yeah, last year.
Okay, so last year, has everybody voted? It was close.
Yes.
Did you
We did.
vote, Michelle?
Yes.
Okay. And by 1 vote, Menu on Broad defeated Athens-Tech. So we had 14 votes, so I'm doing math here, whatever 35.7% of 14 is. 5, so.
Which doesn't even-
Menu on Broad.
Okay.
So, which could be cool, because like already, I'm sitting there thinking of like ideas for their marketing thing, like character event, most beautiful business in Athens, like there's some cool tie-ins, so I know we'll present at the Green Line Boards, but maybe see if we can like set up a meeting with them. Because I don't know who owns them, but if anybody does, let us know and we'll try to get, because we're gonna try to do more this year too with going out versus before, where we just kind of went out like, here's your rock. Make a folder with a bumper sticker in it and tells you all about it. Like, we're gonna try to actually use this to build a relationship and also build, other.
I think the venue is owned by Sauce House.
I think it's the same.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I was about to ask, is that the sauce has that makes sense?
Oh,
Yeah, that's it is.
Need to have a celebration.
That'll be our retreat spot.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I literally wrote down, because I was
I
like,
do
good
anything.
point.
was right about
I've
that.
been over here on my phone the whole meeting, where I was like, venue on Broad, what do they do besides venue? And I was like, because we do a percentage night there.
Sauce house.
So yeah, we can do something in Sauce House and get together, so, and I know probably through MBA. I know I think the dude, he's like the grandson of, like, Belfin?
Yeah,
He did a happy hour.
Chris Bell.
Yes, is that it? Okay. Because I remember when they first opened, that was my first MBA event, was a happy hour at Sauce House. Like,
One of the chamber events.
okay,
So they're
okay.
connected in this.
Oh, and then what you say? Oh, nice, okay. Yes, maybe we look at doing a percentage night with them too, and then make that a big like thing where we give them their rock and we all go, and bring friends. Anyway, all right, so that was our winner for beautiful business of the year. We promised to have 11 nominees last year. It's just got lost in the transition between me being board chair and me having to manage it. And then we had Ethan for a couple of years, he was a board fellow, did it for 2 years solid. And then we never really transitioned it out of his.
Are we doing it monthly too?
So, and I've got a list somewhere too, where I drove around last year, basically wrote down like 15 different businesses. Looked pretty, that just didn't stop in the pictures, so we've got a list, and then we've got there is a form on the website, but. Pretty public relations last year, and then Stacy. And then Stacy. So appreciate that, which brings us to the beautiful business of the month because we had 5 nominations. We didn't have anything new. We decided let's do January, February, and get back on a cadence of having one per month. So, too early. We had 15 votes on this one. And, with 8 votes, our first place winner, which would be January, was Poquitos. Just a new little place in the corner, like, we're kind of downtown, turns into Cabo. And then with, the next closest one, which I'm gonna have to renominate Chico Luz because the new store looks pretty awesome. Was Independent Bakery. Number 4. So we have 2 cool ones and also already thinking of like 2 ones that can easily do a percentage night. So we've got 2 new cool ones too, where we can go in and say, hey, here's your stuff and pitch that. Michelle's already nodding because I feel like this is very proud, but yeah, we can, that, I think that's our next game plan, as far as the committee goes. So anyway, those are our three, there's our beautiful businesses here, two beautiful businesses. The month of January and February respectively.
If you need someone to go to Independence, personally my favorite spot for breakfast, so I will gladly volunteer if needed.
We can make it a committee meeting.
I'll just have to do that.
Okay, perfect.
Adam said that's why I voted for him.
Oh, we're all sick of there.
I still haven't been like, Mojitos has been on my list forever, and then I always said, the students are gone. And we never go, and then we're like, the students are back. We don't go. So,
You
I
should
don't,
go for Taco Tuesday.
Taco Tuesday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's best.
$2
When
taco.
people are in town, it's not.
Taco Tuesday is when you should go.
I think my wife-
Claim it before they do.
Taco Tuesday. So it sounds like we need to do the Taco Tuesday. Beautiful business.
Sangria Saturday.
Saturday, Saturday. See, that means there's a margarita Monday. I'm just trying for a friend.
We'll have to check that out too.
We really need to vet these places.
The next 7 days and report back.
Don't forget the owl, everyone.
Just curious to know.
For level, I-
Nice week apart, was then raise money.
Not really.
So that's it in a nutshell. So we got some good momentum going back into this year. Yeah, sorry. That's our.
It's your update. Thank you. Moving on to events.
Hello, hi. I don't know if Joe wants to start, but, go ahead. Our next event we got coming up is the, March 17th, St. Patty's Day, keeping it clean and beautiful at Terrapin. We met and kind of discussed some of the things and happenings that we want to kind of do within some needs and things of that nature. So, as far as like entertainment, so far we've got, Carpenter, School of Dance coming through and, doing everything again. We just have to confirm times with them. And let's, I think so. We have like music entertainment. We also had discussed about a bagpiper coming too, and I think it was pretty, the consensus was that,
That'd be
yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
So cool.
Yeah, he's confirmed.
available. Okay, awesome.
Sweet.
And then, so we'll have that, and then as far as like activities, the general, kids games, doing the costume contests, again, with the, adults and the kids. And then focusing on, obviously it is a fundraiser, so to like donate. Obviously having the registration and donation table available. We also discussed, getting a bit more set up so it's easier for people to.
We have one.
Yeah, you have one. Okay.
Well, we do now, but it was, I hope you didn't get a bunch of emails because I went round and round for a while and there's probably still some, but we have an @KACCB limit.
Okay.
What about the food truck? I know the one we wanted wasn't available. Where's that?
I
Stan,
don't
we
have
need
an
ideas.
Yes, yeah, on the food truck.
Do we need, like, does anybody have an idea or a connection or?
Well, was it Josh that said?
Yeah, he said his friends with one of the managers and their sons.
That he was gonna ask about kind of what some of the more maybe popular food trucks that have come to Terrapin are. We want them to be, make money and so like what really works well. He said he was gonna do that.
Russian, something to that.
I'm texting her right now.
So, yeah, we'll get an update on the food trucks and then, I guess the basic thing, and main thing with theirs is figuring out like what their system is as far as like if they have like a minimum that they can cover. I think this from there, it's just, we do have a, volunteer link. We did send it out to the committee, but I'll send it out to the rest of the board. Just for people to sign up for different, things for the day, for like setting up, breaking down, helping out at different stations, throughout the event.
You say prizes, by the way, you can like raffle, like donations, things, so we do like a raffle.
Yeah, that we were doing raffle, that we,
I wasn't at the last meeting, so I was gonna ask about bulbs.
Yes. The bulk questions, yeah, we wanted to do, I guess, get enough for people who wanted them. Got them last year. We talked about like, there's a lot of people that donated, but they didn't really care to have the bulb. So, we came up with like a 500-ish number.
Okay.
We wanted to do that. I guess we have to request funds for that as well. And then
No, we already have the bulbs.
you already have the.
We have the bulbs, we don't have to request funds.
And then the only other thing would be the, for the funds for the bagpiper. And then, miscellaneous things like decorations and stuff for the kids getting, so I think we're gonna figure out, what we need for those, if we don't already have it.
Do we have a fundraising goal? Did you guys talk about that?
The sheet says 17,
Does it?
still, I think,
Does it?
from last year, I think. I
I'm
don't
not
know if
sure,
it's
I'm
enough.
just curious.
The last one that went around,
I don't think we did.
help us meet our
Okay.
goal of
Was that a regular goal?
And did the dunk tank thing, not doing the dunk tank thing, is that?
Just check.
Josh was checking.
I've reached out to a couple of folks about sponsorship, but I hadn't gotten any feedback yet. Follow up. If anybody has any other people they'd like to ask, get a little, get like a little one shot that says.
Novus?
Yeah, it's fun.
Michelle's eyes go down.
If we're doing prizes, are we doing a similar thing? Because I know we ask people, we end up like, is there a spreadsheet going around where we ask, because otherwise we ask people for like the dirty dance, and we ask people for this, so like making sure either we're not doubling down, or if you like, I'll pay T for a high-low or spin. You know what I mean? Like,
Last year for the raffle, we just had like t-shirts and swag and stuff. I don't.
Yeah.
Or it wasn't like that.
We're really asking. us.
that was my pride.
All about the bulbs. We have a lot of bulbs at our disposal to use that are left over from the purchase of the fall planting. We over ordered for that reason. So, there's a lot of things we could do with those bulbs. I mean, you're saying 500, but we have 5,000, I think, at our disposal. I can double check in on that. Jeannie was asking, but, it also could be with sponsorship comes some bulbs. Right now, like if I knew that, we could set some aside, if somebody was like, well, I don't,
Anything yet, so.
okay.
And then so when, I mean, I'm not, so how are we rated? Is there's ticket entry, and then there's raffle tickets for the prizes and the bulbs?
Where's, so I'm people don't ticket entry necessarily, just so we don't like
Yeah.
go throughout regular people. But for the, for people who just generally want to make a donation, also for, what are we doing for? kids
For like
activity? But definitely the dunk tank, to get that, would probably be good.
This is not tank, we are.
Yeah.
This regular.
And then we talked about setting up.
Being looked into.
Yeah, and then we talked about for the
Right.
people who do, once we kind of get the volunteers for the dunk tank, setting up a PayPal or free system so that, people who just want to donate or prepay for that activity, they can, or, these people can also promote, like, hey, I'm doing a dunk tank thing for St. Patrick's Day, so we're raising money for case.
Seems like we can use that Venmo.
Yeah.
Seems like we could use that Venmo that they set up.
Yeah, either the Venmo or PayPal. I think,
Just so much easier.
whichever way is easy, obviously, it's like, people can donate toward a certain person and that can go towards their chances they get to.
I think the random people who showed up at Terrapin had the most fun at that event last year.
Yeah.
They were like already dressed and we're like, oh, I was like, do you know you can do a costume competition? They're like, are you kidding me? That was great. They were just there.
And then part of the fundraiser, didn't Terrapin also give us a percentage?
Oh, percentage, right.
That's part of the.
I don't know
Which percentage?
Or we had to wait a
I
while.
don't know the percentage. They gave us a donation.
A very nice donation.
So just food for thought, Stacy and I are both out of the office next week at a national conference. And so I think that it's important that if we're gonna do the dunk tank, we know like really, really soon to be able to put that together and to publicize that and all the right people. Like, there's a lot of logistics really, and it would be so awesome. It's just that the wheel needs to be
Yeah.
turning, you know, or it's not, or I'm not sure. So just, and unfortunately, we're not gonna be here to kind of push that next week.
Yeah, I emailed Josh, that's when he said he couldn't come, he said, if you need anything, like,
Well, Josh is going to be in the dunk tank for many different reasons. If in fact, we get the dunk tank, so. Are you listening, Josh? I hope you are, buddy. Yeah, I just don't, you know, like it's, the logistics of that, we know a little bit in the office, kind of get a little squirrely. In terms of like tickets and ticket sales and PR and, you know, and so I really honestly think the dunk tank thing would be so successful, but we just gotta get, you know, we gotta get it in motion, so.
Would we just start with the lineup from last year and just ask?
Yeah.
Yes.
Anybody else have anybody else that they can reach out to that might want to volunteer to be dunked? Preferably someone who has a lot of friends that will want to.
Or enemies.
Or that.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and volunteer my husband with you in that, and,
I talked to somebody last night who said he would do it again as well. I'll do it again.
so it's really, so Josh, so I feel like so we need to make sure like somebody gets on Josh.
I'll-
Is that you, Ladarius? Okay.
For those of us that are new, are y'all able / willing to share any of like the marketing materials
Yeah.
from like prior years or like the list from prior years? So that way we can have an idea for prior year.
Wants to be in the
Um,
thing.
Yeah. I will be in Savannah the day prior, so, I'm doing,
There's
site visits, yeah. Bringing the fun, yeah.
We wanna wait till it's finalized, or we, yeah, like to, like if if it's shared now, it's just last year's stuff. But if we wait till everything's final, then we share with everybody and then everybody pushes.
Or are you thinking
Or
like
maybe-
to help update that? Is that what you're thinking?
Yes.
Yes, so
Yeah.
I think she's more, because really, I think that for the folks, and I'm not sure if this is a comprehensive list of all the folks that are actually on that. Is that everybody? Because I know, Joe, you're working on stuff, but it's not really showing you on that committee.
Yeah, Joe's there. I think that's.
I'm ex officio.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Then,
okay.
Well, yeah, I mean, if I guess the committee can take care of that, but we
Yeah.
can help with, yeah, I don't know.
Michelle.
We can certainly pass it off. It's just in case.
That's something, that's something.
Forms to share, like,
some of them, the social,
Yeah, and we do have a letter that we, kind of individualized to support this. So that's something that we sent out.
Is the committee meeting again? Do you guys have a?
We're gonna try to plan one coming up, pretty sooner than later.
Okay.
Because I actually wanted to talk about trying to get this promoted, probably starting. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
So can we have money? The bagpipers, 250.
Yeah, backpacker was 250, and then, we want to just request some for just for decorations and kids' activities.
Do you also tip the bagpiper?
He's got a fee.
So you don't tip on top of that?
No.
Okay.
I want you to Google for you to tip a bagpiper.
I would love to.
We have a lot of decorations from last year, not that we don't need to get more, but I think we should do a little bit of a kind of assessment of what we have. We specifically bought decorations last year that we knew we could reuse. So it was very intentional purchasing of things.
And I think I used a lot of my materials for the kids' activities.
Yeah.
Which I'm happy to do again.
For those new, by the way, just so you don't know, we had this like expansive, crazy, awesome event last year planned, and then it deluged all day long. So we did nothing. Well, we did something. We went inside.
Yeah.
We did, oh yeah, it just poured, literally poured all day long and it was like.
Well, like the food truck canceled, the
Okay.
tax canceled, it wasn't just rain, it was
Yeah. It was
tornado-y stuff, right? Or
Yeah, it was.
whatever,
Yeah,
it was bad.
It's bad, so, but I mean, we made the best of it, but like, we still made a decent amount, but we're hoping this year, just so you can understand the vision, like, we had this, like, it was kind of like. Disappointing last year, because a lot of people put a lot of work into that, and then like seal and everybody, and that, so we're kind of carrying the torch, hoping to do everything, not we, y'all. But just to give you guys some perspective on what we had planned last year and what, and we still had a blast, everybody crowded into the main room and people showed up who didn't know what they were walking into, but. Hopefully we can pull off the dunk tank and some of the outdoor fun games and food truck and all the things that we had mentioned.
Well, and the other thing is, since it's Sunday, the laws are such that breweries are not open on Sundays. So that's, they made this also an awesome thing. But also, St. Patty's Day Sunday is the one Sunday that the mayor, of the year for us to have bars open. So we won't be the only option. So the sooner the marketing goes out for people to close in on that before they realize, but yeah, they can go there after all that. Right. Say.
Yeah.
I think there was on Eventbrite, there were like 2 bar crawls and that. Same. as-
Perfect. So just have to come to us. We could do a post of a teaser. It doesn't have to have all the details. Event at Terrapin,
Yeah.
date, time.
We do have it at least on the county calendar and it's on our website. And then I'm gonna start putting it on
Social.
like the other, like in the, like flagpole and just.
But that's where knowing if the dunk tanks don't have it. So, yeah, just some of those key things to highlight. Make sure. Who the troubles.
So that's Josh and we're waiting for him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bottleneck.
So then can we ask for like $300, $350? What do we need to wrap that up? What do you think?
We want to say, can I request $300 for the backpiper and then just miscellaneous things until we assess it for other things that we need for decorations.
I approve.
Second.
All in favor? Alright. Motion approved. Thank you, and feel free to, whenever y'all have that next meeting, I know I couldn't make the last one, but I'd like to be involved too. Yeah, so please feel free to kind of send it out to everyone, maybe whoever wants to kind of come jump in for the last of the planning can join in. And last year we did have our March meeting at Terrapin, just as a way for everyone to see the layout and know what was going on. Is that something we would want to do again?
Oh, yeah.
It's probably a good idea, just because it is really important, where there's a lot of kind of logistics that are involved and to have everybody's input.
Okay. Would anyone want to reach out to Russell to ask if that's?
I will,
Okay.
right now.
Thank you, Stacy.
And then just let me know and I can cancel this room.
Okay.
Anything else for the events committee?
That's it, unless you have anything to.
All right, well, thank you all so much for that. I'm excited for the event. Everyone obviously put on your calendars, plan on being there and helping out. Okay, next up is the outreach PR committee. Is Angela on the line?
I am.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm okay. How are you all?
Good, we're good. We miss you, but thanks for joining us virtually, digitally through the owl. Do you want to provide an update for the outreach PR committee?
Yes, ma'am. I will begin starting back to reach out and follow up with previous grantees and those other churches and organizations that I had prior reached out to and didn't hear back from. Jackie had an idea that well, And I know Carlos was going to follow up about the Adopt a Highway on Prince that we had talked about. That's pretty much all. Yeah.
All right.
What about the Adopt a Highway?
There's a, Terrapin has, is the Adopt a Highway group for Prince from Pulaski all the way to the hospital, more or less. Yet they haven't conducted any cleanups in a while, so we're looking to see if we can transition that to another road. And that would open up the opportunity for other groups to adopt that road, and maybe one of the new businesses along that corridor, like Tokitos, might be interested, or a group of them might be interested in adopting.
And as Stacy mentioned earlier, we did distribute 2 Love Where You Live grants. So one was Serious Athletics, and then the other was River Oaks Neighborhood Association. River Oaks is the second time receiving it, because this time, the first one, they were helping get the area prep where they were gonna do garden beds. Now they're gonna be using that to install or plants and different flowers, mulch. So kind of interesting to see the progress there. And then Serious Athletics, this one was over by YMCA, is that right?
It's kind of over by, like Terrapin.
Oh, Terrapin, okay. And they were gonna be using the funds to build essentially some sort of shelter, shady shelter for the runners who kind of practice out there. I think it was for the high school cross country. And they also do a lot of improvements in the trails back there, remove invasives. So kind of a different grant for us to give out, but yeah. So those were the 2 that we distributed this past, most recently. Other things we were working on is figuring out something in April to possibly recognize or award folks who have been doing litter cleanups and or using debris tracker. We need to get with Stacy and figure out kind of the best approach to that, what we want to do. And then also talking with Stacy about some social media and how we can help with that, if at all. So
Yeah, Courtney already.
Yeah.
Perfect. I'm in Canva, I would say too, like for the St. Patty's event and things like that, I can definitely support social media, graphics, whatever.
do you have what we used last year? Is that in there? Okay, cool. Anything else from our committee? All right. Is there any old business? All right, moving on to new business. Do you want to share about this?
Yeah, I shared it with everybody. The Athens Area Community Foundation, which is right across the hall from where we're meeting today, is hosting a set of training that are designed for board members, directors, staff at different points in kind of the life cycle of being involved in a nonprofit. And, you know, it's not expensive. I think it was it $15 to participate. They're doing it in 2 different communities. They're doing it in Athens, and then they're doing it one in, I want to say. Anyway, it's on the website. And if anybody's interested and we want to sponsor it, we kind of floated the idea of covering costs. Cost is prohibitive for anybody. I went through the session last year, and I got a lot out of it. Get a lot out of every one of these things that they do. So if y'all know Sarah McKinney and Victoria Provide, they did the last one. I don't know if Victoria's involved in this one, but they're really good. It's really good for anybody that's been a newer board member or seasoned board member, directors and staff. But I I enjoyed it. Just wanted to share it with y'all. Just give another opportunity.
Side note, Victoria was a board member, KCCB for many, many years, so.
Thanks. Send that out to.
Yep.
Sign up for Go. So.
Go. Yeah. Yeah. I think I'm gonna do one of them.
I think I'm gonna be set.
I haven't decided yet. And I did want to mention part of our chamber membership, we can promo stuff through chamber newsletter. And I think we've taken advantage of that a few times before. And then they have a chamber 101, and that's something that's going to be on my radar for the next time they put it on, just so I can get the full scope of what we can take advantage of. So I think it was this week when I asked him.
Joe, do you know for their newsletter, like how much lead time, like if the Terrapin event should go into that?
Yeah, she put it in last year and they've been real good about putting it in once we have them started.
The newsletter, I think, comes out every week.
Every week, right, okay,
So if you get it by the end of the week,
okay.
you usually they'll get it in there.
Well, and I think that if we do the dunk tank, being able to send that information to the chamber will really grab some attention.
And as of right now, there's nothing St. Patty's Day that is being pushed through the newsletter, as far as the one that was received yesterday, so.
When you're chamber member and when I go to the calendar to see if there's an event for our networking, once the Terrapin event is in the newsletter, that automatically have it on the calendar as highlighted.
I
Better.
think so, but we can ask.
So then there would be some other calendar.
Speaking of PR and then event, I would like to make a motion to approve up to 300 for a flagpole ad for the event.
All right.
Second.
All in favor? Any opposed? All right. Do you think that's any more marketing money you might need?
It's usually the only thing we can pay for unless they're gonna do Facebook posts or anything, but usually we're like,
You could always
Free
ask
calendars,
for that in
yeah.
March. It's like the last minute push.
Did you second that, Jeff?
I did.
Okay. I'm typing and listening to your voice.
Something else for new business, that needs to go on the radar is a nominations committee. So there's a committee who would help nominate and bring to the board future executive committee. So right now I'm the chair, Ladarius is vice chair, Joe is treasurer, Teresa is secretary, and that will wrap up at the end of this fiscal year. So come July 1st, we'll have a new slate of officers. And typically we want to be able to approve that in the May meeting. So nominations committee would probably need to be working kind of March and April to identify these future executive leaders. Is anyone feeling called to be on the nominations committee? I don't know.
Am I correct that if you're on the nomination committee, you don't get nominated for one of the positions? Is that kind of? Where's that goes?
Yeah, and like, so a good example, Nathan, I know you're, okay, I'm gonna just use Nathan for a moment because Nathan has served as an officer in several different roles and what is now 5 years. I think you're done, not this year, but you're done next, your last year, your 6th year will be 2025.
That's senioritis.
Yeah, I mean, right? So a lot of times folks that are sort of towards the end of their first term or enter their second term will be on the nominating committee. So
Yeah.
I'm nominating Nathan to be on the nominating committee.
Should not have been nominated.
No, I'm,
Yeah.
but it kind of works out that way, is that it's kind of nice as people start to phase off, they kind of like to be able to.
I get to be the one that taps you on the shoulder. I don't think she could have been, says, thank you for about chief for a position.
Okay, or tell, or if you are
If
interested
you're
in it,
interested.
tell the nominating committee. It's not, like a secret and,
Right.
nobody will know.
And this
Yeah.
board gets excited about doing new things, so not to totally, like, being an officer is not that challenging, but the thing is that if you have like innovation, or if you're like, oh, I'd like to see the board do something like this, it's a great opportunity, because this board is very flexible. We're innovative, we like to try new things, we're fun, so this is a great board to be like, I'd like to be in a leadership role on this board, because, it's not mundane, like we do different things. Sometimes we step outside of the box, and for somebody who's been a past leader and, in my professional career, that always excited me when there was an opportunity for growth or for something new, so if you feel that way, this could be your calling. All right. I'll step down now.
So then who's on the nominating?
Yeah, I could do it, because I definitely took on more than this, so.
Yeah.
I can be on it.
Yeah.
I got eyes over there, corner Courtney.
Oh. My goodness. So, okay,
Right in my.
so, but we can, I guess, think about it and talk about it in the next board meeting.
Okay, sounds good. Just wanted to put the feelers out there, that's all. Any other new business?
And I've definitely been on the nominating committee and been nominated, so no, not always.
All right, moving on to upcoming events. Georgia Arbor Day is February 16th. Are we doing something at Authentic?
Come on out to Authentic. We are partnering with the Community Tree Council, and we will be handing out free tree seedlings, and you can chat with people about how much you love trees, and learn things about trees.
And we got those
Here,
trees
have
from,
fun.
Volunteers.
yeah, right now, everybody's gonna show up to that event, huh? Those trees came from a donation from Keep Georgia Beautiful.
We will have white oaks and red buds.
Do you seriously need volunteers?
Usually the tree council
Okay.
mostly staff.
Okay.
But if you come there and make it seem really excited that you love trees and you're drinking a beer and you make people all excited, we can invite you. Yeah,
All right.
just be supportive.
Also looks like that same day is the Litter Abatement Steering Committee, February 16th.
That's from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Okay.
It'll be at the Streets and Drainage Facility. Cases begin public are open to attend. If you are attending, please let me know, because there is food being served and we need to have a head count. Please let me know anytime.
Okay. The Green Life Award and Art Submission deadline is March 1st. So those are the awards that we mentioned earlier, but also a little bit separate, a little bit the same as an art contest exhibition associated with that. But all the deadline is March 1st and all those details are on the website. Obviously, our St. Patty's Day event is March 17th. And then the Green Life Awards is April 24th, and it would be great to have as many board members as possible to come to those awards. It'll be at the Botanical Gardens.
So we give aways for new board members at the, I'm sorry,
Sorry, I was
At
just saying
6.
the time, yeah, 6.
we give away 3 awards. It's 3, right? Yeah. Citizen of the Year, Beautiful Business of the Year, which we just decided on, and then the Adopt a Highway Group Year, which Carlos, because he manages that program, he selects that group each year. So we do give away 3 awards that event, but it's always lovely.
And the kids who win the favorite, do they still do that?
And then the kids, usually there's an art contest, art poetry. Is there?
So the
permission?
kids are not, they have an exhibition at the Linden House.
Okay.
To April, and then we're gonna have a reception for the kids. It's gonna be a separate day. I think it's 2 days later, it's the 26th.
Right, the day after.
The day after, I think it's the 25th or 26th. It'll be at Linden House.
Yeah.
I know. And then Our March meeting, just TBD on location. It'll either be at Terrapin or here, so check your emails and we will let you know where that one is. Any other items discussed? Motion to approve? Or, wait,
Adjourn.
To adjourn.
thank you, Michelle. All right.
Feel better, Angela.
Yes, thank you for joining
Bye,
us,
Angela.
Thank you.
Stacy, is the owl off?